This was a real break, you know, and I feel refreshed and I feel enthusiastic to go out and try some of the ideas I have had. Unlike some of the holidays I've been on recently, which weren't so restful or relaxing, you know. So yeah, I feel refreshed and excited.
Great.
I just think over these 3 days you've just clarified a lot of that for me.
Good.
And I particularly loved a throwaway comment you made. I think it was either yesterday or the day before. It was just something you just said off the cuff. It was, I'd rather you took the little steps that you're going to make than the big steps you're not going to, the big leaps you're not going to make. Ah, slap it. It was brilliant. Thank you.
I think it's been a fantastic end to a fantastic year, really, because it's just brought such a lot together for me as an individual. Because I think the whole entrepreneur side is especially the action bit, because I've done such a lot of learning and I'd got to a place where I could have easily just drifted along, I suppose. So the action part's been really great, but it's also the thinking side of things has become really clear, and also kind of showed how you could so easily get stuck, but also how everybody is exactly the same and has got exactly the same thing and exactly the same feelings and thinking going on. So that's really freeing as well, to know that it's just life. So it's been great.
The topic of this weekend came at a very timely moment for me, because a couple of weeks ago I gave my notice on my job.
Hey.
And I'm ready to dive in.
I guess as it was instantly visible for all of you that something must have changed, I just feel much lighter, and my thinking is less kind of leaning on me, on my shoulders, and I don't even think about it. At lunchtime I just, in parts was listening, and parts was sharing or taking part of the conversation, and everything was perfect. I'm much happier now. So that's the biggest shift.
Good.
And it could stay forever.
I've really enjoyed this weekend, and there's been a lightness to it, and I don't know if it's in me or in the room, but for me it's been it's like Ian said yesterday, very playful. I've just felt it was a really nice, light, happy weekend that's just felt so good.
Thank you.
Well, really, really sad this is the last one, but the transformation over the last year is unbelievable. At the beginning of the year before I joined, I was trying to pick myself up from a pretty nasty breakdown and looking for something that would make a difference to my life. And it's unbelievable. From then to now, just so happy. Probably sounds cheesy, but it's true.
Right on.
And this weekend, from coming thinking, my job is in the way, I need to do this, I need to do that, to thinking, I've got a job I really like, and I don't have to create my business. I can just do something, have fun with it, and benefit Somerset, hopefully, in the southwest. bring the speakers that I enjoy, and learn, learning about the things that I've really enjoyed learning about.
You talked yesterday about when you move away from the outside in, that collapses a whole set of rules that you've been living by, tucked away in your habitual thinking, tucked away in what you're doing, and how liberating that is, not having to sit there and unpick them and analyse them. They just disappear. And then you're free to do whatever you want from the inside-out perspective.
And I came here thinking, well, I might have some chats with people, and I've just been blown away with the conversations I've had and just the excitement. I'm like, oh my God.
I think easing up on myself is the main thing, because so many things are focused on, what are you going to do and how quickly can you do it? And I think there are some things you can't discover with that technique, and there are some things you can only discover by stopping and easing up.
I think as well as the content stroke understanding that you deliver, I think the power of the group is phenomenal. And if the amount of change in the world that can be stimulated from people in this group, you can just have a fraction of it, it'll be excellent.
Well, I obviously missed out on a really good day yesterday, but I was having fun elsewhere, so I'll have to wait for the MP3s or whatever. I think one of the things I felt this weekend, today and Friday, was the connection in the group, and how interesting that connection deepened with new people in the group, whereas sometimes it's changed the energy and it's taken a little bit for that to settle. But it was completely different this time around, and that was really lovely to feel.
Firstly, I'd like to thank you all for making us newbies very welcome, because you've all chatted and it's been lovely.
This is fabulous. It's almost like, you just get it, And I feel as if I've been talking about, what should I do with all this? But I want to have some fun and da-da-da. And I think I've always had that sort of thing in the back of my mind that, I should be a coach or I should be a counsellor. And I thought, the last thing I can imagine me doing is sitting, being really serious with somebody, because it's just not me. And I think that's what I've been struggling with,
What happened to Helen?
Yes. And suddenly I was lying there last night, and I just thought, it was a conversation I had with Dawn where you were saying, Helen, I think you should be on the radio. And I said, I quite like to be on the radio. And I said, I quite like to interview and things, and I quite like to do something. And I was lying there last night and I thought, yeah, bing. And it was like, yeah, for God's sake, stop talking about that is what you want to do. And I think the reason that I haven't taken action is because I hadn't formed a plan of what I was passionate about. And this actually makes me feel passionate that I want to go forward and do that and interview people and, be touched by them, but also to have a bit of a laugh with them and have a good time. And I just think, oh, hallelujah. I really do. So, nice. Yeah, thank you. It's been such a journey. It's been fantastic, honestly. Thanks, you. Helen.
I was saying to Jamie that I've done lots of this kind of stuff, lots of self-development, and not that I call it self-development, but lots of things where I've been trying to remember who I am. Nothing has impacted me alike of being here. I've never felt as so at home.
First of all, just what a glorious weekend. I've got to say, I don't know what it is, but it's just felt absolutely wonderful. And for me, what a way to finish this journey. So thank you, Jamie, and thank you, everyone. It's been bliss.
So yes, so there's actually no words to say. It's been the most life-changing, life-transforming year of my life.
I think the overriding thing for me this weekend is I've just really felt at home. The connection in the room, in the whole group stuff, the connection in small groups, the connection at coffee, lunch, before the session starting. The whole thing has been quite amazing. And to have moments where I can find no words is unusual for me, to say the least. And yet, in those moments, that's when I've really given myself the freedom to connect and actually be able to describe what it is that I want to do and what it is I'm passionate about. Wow. And to find that again, I cannot tell you how much that means. So thank you so much for creating the experience, and thank you to everybody. It's undoubtedly for me, as you can probably hear from this trembling sound, a weekend I'll remember always. So thank you.
Yeah, it's been a truly great weekend for me. I can't quite put into words, so I'm kind of looking for what happened, but there is a super shift in terms of It's like I don't know. It's like I got back into myself somehow. This is really deep sense of well-being and clarity and peace of mind, but it's not important. It's just there, you know.
So everything about this weekend has been really amazing for me, because there were certain things I was still stuck in my thinking on, of perfectionism and action and all those kind of things, and now I'm just like, I have enough, I'm enough, and I'm just going to go for it.